One of the best shots you can hit in singles when your opponent comes to the net is a really high lob. Not because you want the ball to land behind your opponent, but you just want to get that ball super high in the air to either play great defense or even cause an error. Let's check out this point and then we'll analyze it. Now, first, this video is courtesy of PTSO on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to their awesome channel. I've put their link in the description below. So we've got Khachanov and Davidovich Fokina, and they trade some backhands back and forth. And then you see Fokina, it'll be the next one right here. He rips a ball down the line and he goes forward. Now, this is smart, right? When your opponent is way off on one side of the court and you can hit a really good shot into the other, they're in trouble. So you want to go forward. But let's think of it from Khachanov's point of view. He's reaching for this ball. What are the chances running from way outside? If you look how far outside the court he is, and he's got to go way over here to get that ball. What are the chances that when he gets there, he can just rip a down the line passing shot, cross court, a perfect lob that lands in the corner, top spin? It's just not going to happen. So he's in major trouble. And so since he is defensive, he goes for a really smart defensive shot. And it's a really high lob. It's one of the really two shots I recommend that you hit in most cases when your opponent comes to the net. Either a really high lob or just hit it low to your opponent's feet. And then they pop it up, you get to come in, and then you go for the passing shot on the second shot. But here, he's just not in that position, to get it at the feet. So he decides to just hit this ball way up into the air. So high that Fokina has no chance of hitting this ball out of the air. I mean, he could if he wanted to, but to time this ball, it's just going to be really tough. And he doesn't even decide to hit it as an overhead off the bounce. He's like, heck with that. I'm just going to hit a top spin forehand and we'll continue with the rally, which he actually ends up missing. But here's what I want to show you. The lob. What's great is when you have an analysis tool, the way I have here, as I'm, recording this video and making this video for YouTube, I can put a timer down and you'll notice that his lob goes way up in the air. What I recommend is when you're in trouble that you get your lob at least in the air for 2.5 seconds. And this is done with video analysis. You record yourself playing and then you look to see how long you got your defensive lobs in the air. If you can get your lob at least in the air for 2.5 seconds, the chances of winning the point go way up because it's so difficult for the opponent to handle. Now, here he's playing a professional tennis player, but look how long, right? Almost 5 seconds it took for him to actually hit this ball. But that ball was in the air for just over 3 seconds. So there's contact. Let's check it out again. Let's see how long it takes for that ball to bounce. And there's the bounce. Look at that. Holy smokes. 3.29. This is cool. Check this out. I saw this before I pushed record. Watch how we can see the ball compress against the ground. It looks like it's embedded into the ground. Full sphere, and embedded into the ground, and then it comes back up again. But when you hit the lob that high, it is rapidly descending, right? 9.8 meters per second, acceleration due to gravity. So as that ball is dropping, it's going faster and faster. It can be really tough for the opponent to handle. And yes, could he have hit an overhead from here? But he's really not going to even win the point from that position. So he just decides to hit a ground stroke, which then from here, I'm not sure why, but he changes direction and he ends up missing that shot. He was in no position to go for a down the line, strong shot. It's going to the corner here. That's Khachanov's forehand. He could rip it down the line if he wanted to, or he could really pull it cross court, which is probably the safer bet. So I'm kind of surprised that Davidovich went down the line on that ball. But the main idea is when you're in major trouble, don't be a hero. Hit your lob super high in the air. When you film yourself and you review the footage, if you have an analysis app, just go to your phone's, app store and get a sports, video analysis app that has a timer on it. And just figure out how long that ball is in the air. You should get it for at least 2.5 seconds that ball is in the air. And if you do this, the chances of winning the point go way up. Now, if you'd love to use the same strategies the pros use to win their matches, then you got to pick up the Singles Playbook by Fuzzy Yellow Balls. It's all broken down by the type of opponent you play against, and it's over 50 pages, strategy after strategy. And what's really cool is each page comes with a QR code, so you can watch a video of exactly how to use each strategy. Just use my link in the description and pinned in the first comment. And if you're looking for people in your local area to play matches against or practice with, or maybe you want to find a league that's close to you, or if you want to find a coach who's close to you who can help you with your game, then use my link for PlayYourCourt. And it's playyourcourt.com/2-minute tennis. When you use my link to sign up, you get 50% off. When your opponent comes to the net, especially when you're in a bit of trouble, hit a lob super, super high. It's going to cause a lot of errors if they try to get it out of the air, and at least you're going to keep the point alive and give yourself a chance to win. You do this, there's no doubt. You're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.